This is how I was able to save over $500 on my flight from Japan. If you're new here, I'm Oliver from Twin Finances, a channel where we talk about everything from personal finances to credit cards. Recently, I went on a trip to Japan and I was able to use a buddy pass to get over there, but I started to look for a flight on the way back and I wanted to see if I could use points to be able to save some money there. I'll show you my thought process on how I found the flight that I wanted and also how I used my credit card points to pay for this instead of using cash. The first thing I did was use Google Flights to try to find the flight that I wanted. So I went ahead and put Tokyo to Atlanta. And then for the date, I just picked sometime around next May. And in this video, I'm going to use different dates, but it's pretty much very similar in price to what I paid for. So I'll click search. And I want to see if there's any nonstop flights on Delta because I live in a hub. And you can see here, there's one Delta flight. The only issue is that it's almost $1,100. And if you click here, you can see it's for main cabin. So the next thing I want to do is check Air France and Virgin Atlantic since they're partners of Delta. Next, I'll go to the Virgin Atlantic website and log in. Then you want to make sure that this is toggled on so that you can search for flights using points. And then I went ahead and put the same exact airports. I did a one-way search and I made sure to put May 5th. So I'll go ahead and search for that. And just depending on the dates, there might not be any available seats. So you have to click around and just keep checking dates. But here you'll see that this is the same exact Delta flight that I was looking at earlier. It's a direct flight and it costs right around 65,000 points, which is about $655. Plus the taxes, that makes it around $700. So it's still $400 cheaper than if you bought it directly on Delta. Now, I'll check on Air France to see if I can get a better deal on this flight. So once you're logged in, you want to make sure you have book with miles selected here. And then I'm going to search for a one-way ticket from Tokyo to Atlanta on May 5th. And usually, if you can find the flight with points on Virgin Atlantic, it usually will be on Air France too. So you can see here again, this is the same exact Delta flight we're looking at earlier. And they're only charging 48,500 miles or about $485. And if we select here, you'll see that they're charging about $70 in taxes. So if we round this up to about 50,000 miles or $500, the total of that ticket would be $570. So this is a lot cheaper than if you bought it on Delta or Virgin Atlantic. Now that we've compared the prices, you can see here, instead of paying $1,100 on Delta, I decided to book that same exact ticket on Air France for about $552 plus taxes. So this is how I was able to save over $500 on my flight back from Japan. If you want to learn more about how this whole process works, I'll leave a link to a video in the description where I explain step by step on how this all works.